Hello dear students, welcome to my class. Okay. In the previous session we discussed about how important the letters are, how important the writing is in getting a job, and the types of letters. What are the letters which are important in our day-to-day business communication, in the day-to-day professional communication. By discussing with it, today in this class we are going to discuss about the template or format of letter writings. Formal letter writings, let's say. In this electronic generation, these letters have come into picture, which are important because since it is dealing with business world, people would want to take a reference and save, preserve for the future reference. There are many other reasons already we discussed in the previous time. So before it, when you have to write a physical letter, you take pen and paper and you write letter and you submit. And after this we'll discuss, you post. After this we'll discuss the electronic mails. Chalo. The first step that you need to do is take A4 size paper and make margins or fold it and get ready with it. Yeah. If it is a pen and paper writing, A4 size paper, properly margin either sides. If it is typed or electronic media, check proper font, size, style, text and make into soft copy letter in your personal computer. See, remember to write everything at left side whenever you are writing physical letter. Step 2, A4 size is ready. Leave a single space line or double space line. Step 2 is called heading. You write sender's address. You write on your address. You don't have to give from. No, most of people write to address there. No, it depends on which country you write. Let's say if you want your receiver to know who is the person written to him or her, you write sender's address first. I mean your address if you are writing. If you want your receiver to know whom do you write on receiver's address. Depending on your objective or aim. But I advise you because your receiver should know who has written. So you write on from address without writing the letter from. I am writing a letter to someone. B. Sridhar, Assistant Professor, the Department of English, JRIT, the Department of Humanities and Sciences, JRIT, without any punctuational marks. Those are gone. Who are giving importance to punctuation marks? If you are working class person writing to working class company, you reveal your professional address. If you're just writing general business from, if you don't want to represent your company, you're writing a letter to a local MLA, local secretary, local authority body, local authority person, complaining, suggestion, advices or something, you don't want to reveal your professional, then you reveal your address. Sridhar 387 Mayuri Nagar, Miapur, Hyderabad. This is how it goes. Then you write down date. By leaving a single space line, you write down date. Your date write down as the first one or the second one. Do not randomly write other templates of writing. January 17, 2017. 17 January 2017. This is how, look at it properly. You either write down the first format of date or second format of date. Do not use any other dates. So if it is computer based, computer can generate by giving month first, date second, year last. So I have given the First template. Then you write down place. See, remember the letters which are written in red mark, you don't write down as DATE colon date, PLACE colon. Don't write down. Directly write down the date or place. Either you write down GRIT if you are representing your professional work, or if you want to represent your local address, you can write down Hyderabad. If you're writing within the Hyderabad, write down as Miapur, Nizampet, Kukatpalli. Simple. So after that, leave a single or double space line. You write down receiver's address. Then you have to give to and write down sender's address. So this is how I am writing this letter to someone, Mr. Vedacharan, professor, the department of ELE, EFLU. So he is just a professor, not head of institutions. If I am writing to head of institution, I either mention as a director, like if I am writing director of JRIT, to the director, JRIT, head of the institutions or the people whom you don't address with their names, only you can address by their professional names, like to the principal, to the CEO, to the manager, to the general manager, to the chief executive officer, something like that. So after that, leave again single double space line and you write down salutation. So basically at this generation people are writing salutation at first and subject later, but we are following one etiquette. You better write down subject first and salutation next. Yeah. See, if you're writing subject, you don't have to mention SUB column. So you write down subject by giving the overall summary of what you want to write at the content, because people don't have time to read your content, your body of the letter. They only have a glance at your subject line and they decide whether it is worthy to read or it doesn't have to require to read. So basically the letter I have written is the subject I have written: requisition to get a PhD, requisition to have PhD guidance under your guidance in EFL University. So that is how. Now after that you write down salutation, dear sir, and we Indians try to give more respect in it, salutation, by giving respected sir. You don't have to, by writing the word respect, you are making a boundary between sender and receiver. Do you want to make a boundary fence or wall? You want to build a wall? Don't you want to have a good relationship with that person? Remember, you want to have a healthy relationship with the person, so welcome the person, dear sir. Basically, some of the countries they only write down sir. They only write down sir. Here, after writing dear sir, either you use colon or comma. In some other countries, people use colon. In our country, we use comma. Here is the place you need to give comma. Do you know why? Because there is something I wanted to tell, sir, and please go with it. That is a symbol that you are going to give. Okay? So after that, the body of the letter. So we have something: introduction, content, conclusion. Initial paragraph, you open, you introduce yourself politely and be strong to connect with your introduction to your content. The main section, the body of the letter. So here, if there is something that you want to give more information in it, you can continue to 2 to 3 paragraphs, because you are giving some proofs, evidences, witnesses. There is something that you want to give. You can, whatever you're writing in this content, that should be relevant, interlink with the subject you write down. So there is a detailed purpose you give in the letter, remember. So always your content, middle, should interlink with the first and to the next. It should not be, the information should not be irrelevant. So try to remember to use cohesive, coherent language to have a precise understanding in it. So the reader would able to comprehend exactly what you want to convey, so you give large information in it. So remember, try to give your firm opinion, proper opinion. You want to give proper opinion, you don't have to mix, exaggerate something in it. So go with it. Use facts. So the final paragraph is called conclusion. You sum up it and you write down the paragraph. What do you want from the receiver? What are your outcomes and objectives and everything clearly mention. You could also give the overall summary, your expectation or something in it. And in that you can also give your opinion, suggestions or something like. Hope you understood. So the signing off, complimentary closing, you give a courtesy in it and you just write down your sincerely, your faithfully. We should know where to use sincerely, where to use faithfully. If you know the person personally, a person knows you personally, you use sincerely. If you do not know the person or person do not know you, you use faithfully. That's it. And you don't have to, in our letters we write down yours, sincerely. You don't have to mention yours. Sincerely, the word okay. Faithfully, the word okay. So the right top one should go to the actually left top, because I told you everything should go left. If that goes to left, everything goes according to the etiquette I gave you. It's a simple letter. Look at it. This is a perfect letter. To address and receiver's address. Later date, to address, salutation, subject. Didn't I tell you? Some companies want you to write salutation then subject, body of the letter, and divide it into 3 parts. Again, faithfully. Written, done. So guys, you have to know your content. What do you want to give in the content? Remember, choose your vocabulary properly, choose your language properly, and do not try to exaggerate. Whatever you want to give purpose, and don't extend into too many sentences. You have to comprise 2 or 3 sentences into 1 sentence. That capability, calibrity, writing skills you need to have, because amount of information is there. You can't give in just a paragraph of your amount of information. Remember, you have to comprise 2 to 3 paragraphs into 1 paragraph, 3 to 4 sentences into 1 sentence. That is your writing skills that you need to work out, because authentic information, firm information, whenever the receiver receives and reads your content, he should be able to react to your letter. So that is the outcome, that is the objective of it. You write blah 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 information and the receiver is not caring it, not giving a glance over it, and what is the great content you write in it. Remember. Okay. Thank you, dear students. And I'm going to give you exercise along with it, and kindly write down this letter of complaint, letter of anything. But etiquette is not going to change, but only the content is going to change. Thank you, dear students. Good day. Happy learning. Bye.